Welcome back to the Bizarre Bureau, where we investigate the world's most baffling mysteries. Today, we're heading to Florida to uncover a story that seems to defy the very laws of physics. Imagine one man, weighing just 100 pounds, single-handedly quarrying, carving, and moving over 1,100 tons of solid coral rock. This isn't a myth. It's the legacy of Edward Leedskalnin and his incredible coral castle. How did he do it? Some say he unlocked the secrets of the ancient Egyptians. Others whisper about anti-gravity and magnetism. Prepare to question everything you think you know about science. So, who was this mysterious man? Edward Leedskalnin was a Latvian immigrant who arrived in America in the early 20th century. He was a quiet, reclusive man, standing just over 5 feet tall. The story goes that he was heartbroken after his fiancée, Agnes Scuffs, whom he called his Sweet 16, broke off their engagement just one day before their wedding in Latvia. Devastated, Ed embarked on a journey that eventually led him to the warm climate of Florida, a move prompted by a battle with tuberculosis. In 1923, with only a 4th grade education, Ed began a project that would consume the rest of his life. He purchased a small plot of land in Florida City and started building what he initially called Rockgate Park. For 28 years, mostly under the cover of darkness, Ed labored alone. He used simple, handmade tools, chisels, hammers, and tripods fashioned from old telephone poles. He quarried massive blocks of Oolitic limestone, some weighing up to 30 tons, from the ground beneath his feet. To put that in perspective, a 30-ton block is heavier than a fully loaded semi-truck, and he moved them all by himself. The sheer scale of this operation is mind-boggling. Think about the Great Pyramid of Giza. We still debate how the ancient Egyptians moved those massive stones with thousands of laborers. Ed Leedskalnin allegedly did something comparable, but completely alone. Eyewitnesses, mostly curious neighbors and teenagers who tried to spy on him, reported seeing these colossal stones floating through the air like hydrogen balloons. But whenever anyone got too close, Ed would stop his work, standing perfectly still until they left. He was intensely private about his methods, working from dusk till dawn to avoid prying eyes. The castle itself is a masterpiece of engineering and artistry. It features a 2-story tower where Ed lived intricate furniture carved from stone, including rocking chairs that actually rock up perfectly, balanced 9-ton gate that a child could push open with a single finger, and celestial objects like a Polaris telescope and a sundial, all carved from coral rock with astonishing precision. This wasn't just a pile of rocks. It was a carefully planned, functional work of art. The joints of the stones are so precise that no mortar was used, and they fit together perfectly, blocking out any light. In the mid-1930s, Ed faced an incredible challenge. A new subdivision was planned next to his property, threatening his prized privacy. So what did he do? He decided to move his entire castle. Yes, you heard that right. He hired a truck driver, but would only allow the driver to show up after Ed had already loaded the colossal stones onto the trailer himself. The driver was instructed to leave his cab and look away during the loading process. Over the next few years, Ed moved his entire 1,100-ton creation, piece by piece, 10 miles north to its current location in Homestead, Florida, where he reassembled it with the same impossible ease. The driver later said he had no idea how Ed, a man half his size, was loading and unloading stones that his truck could barely handle. So, how on earth did he do it? This is the central mystery of Coral Castle. Ed himself was cryptic. He claimed he knew the secrets of the pyramids and understood the laws of weight and leverage. He published several pamphlets, including one titled Magnetic Current, where he wrote about his theories on magnetism and cosmic forces. He believed that all matter was held together by magnetic energy, and that if you could disrupt this energy, you could overcome the force of gravity. He often talked about the Earth as a giant magnet, a concept that was far from mainstream science at the time. One of his most famous quotes is, "I have discovered the secrets of the pyramids. I have found out how the Egyptians and the ancient builders in Peru, Yucatan in Asia, with only primitive tools, raised and set in place blocks of stone weighing many tons. He built a device he called a perpetual motion holder, a strange flywheel contraption made from old car parts, which many believe was the key to his work. Was he generating a magnetic field that neutralized the weight of the coral blocks? Did he stumble upon some form of acoustic levitation or advanced physics that modern science has yet to rediscover? Engineers and scientists have studied Coral Castle for decades, and no one has a definitive answer. Conventional physics says what he did should have been impossible for one man with his described tools. The tripods he used simply don't seem strong enough to support the immense weight of the blocks. There were no signs of heavy machinery, cranes, or any technology that could explain his feats. Some theories range from the plausible to the fantastic. Did he use harmonic frequencies to make the stones lighter? Was he employing a lost form of Masonic knowledge? Or is there a simpler, yet still genius explanation involving levers and counterweights that we are just not seeing? Ed's life ended as mysteriously as he lived it. In 1951, he placed a sign on the gate of his castle saying, "Go into the hospital." He took a bus to a Miami hospital and died in his sleep 3 days later. His secrets, it seems, died with him. In his workshop, investigators found his simple tools and his strange magnetic devices, but no written plans or explanations for his methods. He left behind a legacy that is part engineering marvel, part work of art, and all mystery. Today, Coral Castle is a popular tourist attraction, drawing visitors from all over the world who come to marvel at Ed Shee's creation and ponder the impossible. When you walk through its gates, you can't help but feel a sense of awe. You can sit in a stone rocking chair, touch the massive walls, and try to push the 9-ton gate that once moved so effortlessly. It's a powerful, tangible reminder that sometimes one person's passion and determination can create something that defies all explanation. So, what do you think? Was Ed Leedskalnin a forgotten genius who rediscovered ancient technology? Or was he a master illusionist who cleverly hid more conventional yet still brilliant building techniques? The truth remains buried with him, locked within the silent stones of his incredible coral castle. The mystery is what makes this story so enduring, a puzzle etched in stone for all of us to solve. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the unexplained here at the Bizarre Bureau. If you have any theories about how Ed built his castle, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next investigation into the world's most fascinating enigmas. Until next time, stay curious.